Yeah, you're good now. We're done talking about the private. What's going on?
So how did the judges taking the shit the other day with the diary shit?
Um,
You didn't even do anything, did
gosh,
you?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I ate like 200 milligrams last night and watched a movie about what was it? Is it you know those nature documentaries in like crazy 4K or whatever?
How the
I
fuck are
watched
you a
one
chief
about the
justice?
ocean floor. That was fucking great. You ever see like a stingray in like slow mo 4K? Holy
I ain't gonna
shit!
lie, 20 milligrams is crazy.
Yeah,
Bro got a bro. How tall are you, bro?
6 feet.
Yeah, he's tall. Oh, Kareem, one more thing. Any
Yeah.
update on the commercial traffic license we talked about as far as weight and
Yeah, I talked about that with the folks that run the delivery depots, and we're working on putting something together where you need a specific license to run the larger trucks out of Grime or whatever.
Oh, listen, I'm gonna
I
be
don't
real.
know.
Those grime truck drivers are fucking depressed. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. So we'll.
well, half of
I'm
them are
working with them.
overweight with a load. Like they're carrying
Bro,
1,000.
that's so rude of you to
Yeah.
tell that to by Gomer.
What are you talking about?
You're saying Gomer's overweight.
No, I'm saying half the ground drivers are overweight.
That's
You're
fucking
saying they
crazy. Holy fuck.
What are you saying? They eating like Monster Energy drinks and like
No, they
those
got too
hot
much
dogs that
cargo in
spin
the
on the
back.
little metal thing at the gas station.
How do you know if it's overweight or not? I don't understand. What dictates too much cargo? I don't get it.
So each
So
box
I
has
think
a weight, right?
Okay, so if it doesn't fit in the trunk, then how the fuck is it overweight?
no. So Ramee, I think it's kind of the thing where like I think there's certain weights that a truck can run at safely, right? Because it takes a long time to use those brakes on those big things.
Okay.
And if you overload the truck, then maybe it becomes unsafe. You know what I'm saying? So even though you technically can drive around and fit a bunch of stuff in a truck, it doesn't mean it's always safe.
Yeah, no, for sure. Hey, what'd you think about that Corky's out there just now?
You're lucky I suck at core. I had
You
no
need an
idea.
attorney, Slacks.
I do. Like I said,
You give up too easily. You get frustrated and give up. There were a
That's
bunch of
true.
questions you could versions of that would have done well, but you just like
I'm gonna be
Yeah,
real.
you're right.
Regardless of the
You're right.
questioning, Crane, isn't this literally just all hearsay? I said I didn't do anything and I didn't hit them. Me and Matt Walton
okay,
did.
hearsay. You're using the word hearsay wrong. It's not hearsay.
But he said, she said.
It is he said, she said, but um, it's a complicated case because the charges are weird. Because hit and run usually involves two vehicles, not a person.
Mm-hmm.
And
Assault
with a deadly weapon
yeah.
and assault both require
And
like intent.
vocal, yeah.
Well, it doesn't have to be vocal. It could, assault with a deadly weapon could be you pointing a knife at someone and then stabbing them, right? You don't gotta say I'm gonna stab you.
Right.
You could point the knife at them and stab them. So
Action's intent. Yep.
Let me ask you a question.
it's
If I'm
complicated because
holding a knife,
if you were facing him, right? If you're facing him and you rev the engine and then ran him over, that could be assault with a deadly weapon, right? The argument that you backed into him and you have one witness in your car saying he didn't hear or notice a collision, and then you have the other EMS testifying that it's possible that he was in your blind spot, then you have you testifying that you didn't see him and you didn't hear a collision, means it's probably hard to prove beyond a reasonable
exactly.
doubt that
That's what I was
intended to hit him.
And did I do a good job of doing that or not? Because that's literally exactly what I was trying to do.
You did okay. You get too caught up and try to be too fancy. You need to
Yeah.
simplify.
Come
a
on, bro.
little
I'm
bit.
15 and 0. You know what I mean? I gotta I gotta spice.
You have the opposite problem with Slacks. You have too much confidence, and Slacks doesn't have enough.
Okay, now my next
I just
question
need
to you.
practice in core.
Now, let me ask you a question. If I have a knife and I'm just standing there in front of you, and a cop tells me to put it away, and I put it away, is that brandishing of a non-firearm?
You'd have to articulate whether you're being menacing with it or not.
If I'm just standing there, literally just standing there, and a cop tells me put it away, and I put it away, and then they arrest me for brandishing a non-firearm.
It's questionable. I don't know. It might depend on what you said you were doing with it. I mean, why do you have a knife out?
Why not? Is it illegal to have a knife out?
Technically, no, but that typically the idea that it's okay to have a knife out refers to the fact that Otherwise, you could be hanging out with your friend,
Now, okay,
slicing
well, let me
up
ask you a question.
meat
What
at
is
a
what is the
barbecue, and a
definition of
cop will charge
brandishing?
you.
If I'm just holding it in my hand, is that brandishing?
It is unlawful for you to draw or exhibit a deadly weapon in a rude, angry, or threatening way in the presence of another person and not in defense of self or others.
Corinne, I have a question for you.
Well, hold
Chief Justice,
on.
my
I want him to
apologies.
answer
Okay,
the
sorry.
question. No,
Okay,
is
okay,
that a
go ahead,
yes
go
or a
ahead.
no?
I did.
Hey, you read me the fucking penal code ratchet. I could have read.
Correct.
So annoying. Go ahead. Go ahead. Flax, go ahead.
That's where reckless
Masks
endangerment
off in the courtroom, please. Thank you.
would reckless endangerment be a better charge for something like this, or I just feel like that would be harder to prove, in my opinion, to where I don't know.
You guys deaf or stupid?
Well, I picked up what you were putting down, but clearly Leo doesn't.
I was not paying attention when you guys were talking. I'll be honest. I was thinking to
That's
myself.
fine. You know this guy in the baby blue shirt, Ramee?
Yeah. Fucking
Who is
AP.
that?
Oh shit. Oh shit. AP, run!
Why?
Thank you.
You know how races are, Crane. Come on. you know you know how these races are. Come on. Well, go ahead.
Listen, like I said, you did fine. You have too much confidence. You need to chill out on. You're at this stage where you're doing well, and so your success makes you think that every thought that comes in your head needs to be vocalized. Slow down a little bit and think about what you're gonna say and then say it, because a lot of the time you trip yourself up saying shit that you're not meaning to say because you're rushing.
Yeah,
Which kinda hurts your
my
argument.
problem was I didn't know how to properly articulate the motive that I was trying to show that there was a motive.
You know what? There is literally no, listen, even extremely experienced lawyers, when they go into court, they're usually prepared and they have like an outline, right? This question, then this question, then this question. They'll have some points in there like, if this happens, do this. If this happens, do this. But sometimes shit doesn't go the way you think. Sometimes something comes out that you weren't expecting, or you develop an idea in the moment. You got to figure it out. Take a deep breath, take a second, compose
Of course,
yourself,
everybody
and think it
starts
through.
fucking spamming
And
idiots.
then, it's okay to have, a couple seconds of dead time where you think, and then go, okay, and then ask a question, or Your Honor, one moment, and then prepare a question, and then figure out how you're going to say it. Because if you just keep rambling, it kind of muddies your point, and it's harder
No,
to
I get
agree
it.
with
So
you.
let me ask you a question. If I wanted to show that this guy had a motive, right? Did I do that properly by saying, Your Honor, I like to state that there is a motive now that has been established?
I mean, if you want to. I mean, it's kind of pedantic. I mean, it's
Like there was
you
two
might-
things that I wanted to prove, right?
So the thing with a bench trial is normally the things that you would point out to the court where you argue things is in a closing. We don't do closings, so you kind of got to do it in the middle, which is fine the way you did it. I honestly, I would have harped. I wasn't here for his testimony, but
Yo, what up, Pigeon?
I mean, when I saw him, he's still wearing an EMS uniform. Is he still on duty?
Yeah, bro. He never clocked
I believe
off.
so.
He was late
I
here because
would-
he was responding to calls.
I would have harped on that immediately.
I
and
did.
would have said, okay. Yeah, I would have questioned him and said, when you sustain this injury that you claim occurred, what kind of treatment did you get?
I
And then-
literally did, and Norman dismissed
Okay.
it. Norman
Well-
dismissed it because I asked him, so you were late because you were on duty performing your jobs, right? And then Norman was like, and then Leo said scope or some shit like that, and then he sustained my
Well, maybe it
sustained
was outside the scope. So the way
Yeah.
you get around scope is you have to open it up. So you need to find something that ties what Slacks talked to him about to what you want to talk about. So if you want to do that, you'd have to go with, okay, so you say you got injured. And he goes, yes. And you say, okay, and the type of injury was, you claim your arm was broken. Yes. What type of break?
He said hairline fracture, and then what?
Okay, so hairline fracture. And then you say, okay, and this injury, did it did you have to go into surgery? Did you have to get a cast? What happened as an immediate result? And then, you know, he would say, "Oh, I got treated."
He says he has a
yes or no,
cast on.
whatever.
Then what?
Okay, and then you say, "Okay, and
I asked him. I said, "How long did you go on duty right after that?" He said, 20 minutes. I said, "And then you went and
yeah, that's
continued your
probably good
job."
enough.
I said, "And then
That's
you
probably
went."
good enough.
And I said, "And you went and continued your job?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "That's the
Probably good enough.
and
That's probably why Adams threw out the later part. Is
Okay,
'cause it's
alright,
like kind of
yeah.
redundant. If you got in the fact that he went right back on duty to work,
I did. On God, I did.
then it strengthens the argument that he has a motive to.
Exactly.
embellish.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
I mean,
I literally did that exact and I remember Slacks. I literally said in court, I was, "Your Honor, I'd like to point out that the motive has now been established." And he
well,
goes, and then he
thing
goes,
is
"Noted."
you're not him going back to work doesn't really help you in terms of being guilty or not, because technically assault and battery could be spitting on someone. Okay, so they don't have to sustain like an actual actionable injury for it to be assault and battery or not, but those questions will protect you if then he sues you civilly, because if he tries to say he lost wages or whatever, you
Right.
can just say, well, no,
Right.
he didn't, he went back on work
course.
immediately.
Yeah, so
Right,
he
that ties
can't
more to
he
civil
can't
instead of
sue
criminal.
me civilly now at this point, right?
Well, if he tried, it'd be stupid, because
This case
he'd
would be valid.
maybe,
Invalid, right?
maybe be able to sue you for like the cost of the treatment of the cast or whatever, but
Right, and we're
You
just
know,
we're
whatever.
Yeah, we're getting, yeah, exactly.
like, you know, that's like $100 or something. So
Yeah, like you said, I do need to slow down as well and collect my thoughts and answer better questions.
well, don't get
ask whatever
frustrated. You
question.
get
Yeah,
I
I need
literally
to
was
pause.
sitting there with Malton, and I said Slacks has given up because he got frustrated because he got an objection ruled against him.
It's just for me. I would need like a minute too, and I don't want to leave the room just
Take a minute.
and pause. And I don't know. I just
Pause.
That's why I'm asking so fast. I'm the same thing, but the opposite.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to take a minute, because then people will be like, "Oh, you're fumbling, you know?"
Yeah, you fuck him. Who cares?
yeah. I like I said, I just need more practice with asking questions, and usually I'd have a prosecutor with me who would do all
Well,
that. But
Leo,
Listen,
that's the
but
reason
I'm
why
telling you,
yeah, go ahead.
the prosecuting is the simplest form, because you already know what you're trying to get at. And there's nothing that you're not trying to create anything. Who the fuck is pinging me?
Slacks. Honestly, this is the reason why cops are paying me to be their personal prosecutors.
Rise for the Honorable Judge Adams.
all right, I'll see what's going on.